Ryan Reynolds is reportedly clashing with Disney CEO Bob Iger, despite Deadpool 3 and Wolverine's massive box office haul of over $1.3 billion. Instead of reveling in the film's success, Ryan and his creative team are in heated disputes with Disney about the future direction of the Deadpool franchise. The situation has intensified to the point where Ryan is threatening to walk away from Marvel altogether, putting the franchise's future in jeopardy. Deadpool 3's triumph wasn't just about the money. It signified a major shift in what audiences are craving from superhero films: edgier, R-rated narratives that break away from the family-friendly formula. Ryan, director Sean Levy, and writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick saw this as a golden opportunity to expand the Deadpool universe. They were eager for Disney to reinvest a large share of the profits into further Deadpool projects, including potential crossovers with X-Men characters. But Disney had other ideas. A substantial portion of the earnings, nearly $600 million, was earmarked for diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives. While Ryan and his team don't oppose DEI values, they were worried about Disney's history of prioritizing these initiatives over established franchises. Their concerns weren't unfounded, as previous DEI-centered projects, like The Little Mermaid remake and Eternals, were heavily marketed for their inclusivity but struggled to captivate audiences or perform well at the box office. The Deadpool creative team butted heads with Disney executives, particularly over proposed script changes. Disney's DEI department advocated for a more family-friendly narrative that incorporated social justice themes and added diverse supporting characters, elements that felt incongruous with Deadpool's irreverent, fourth-wall-breaking humor. Ryan and his team resisted, determined to preserve the franchise's signature style and biting humor. One stark example of Disney's interference was their suggestion to introduce a younger, diverse sidekick for Deadpool, a character aimed at appealing to Gen Z viewers. The creative team felt this addition was out of place and rejected the idea. Still, the DEI team kept pressing for changes, signaling that Disney's priorities had shifted. Bob Iger's direct involvement only fueled the conflict. At first, Iger had assured Ryan and his team that Deadpool 3's success would lead to more ambitious Marvel projects, including an expanded Deadpool universe and the introduction of darker, R-rated content. But when it was time to allocate the funds, Iger redirected the profits to fund live-action remakes and other non-Marvel ventures, causing even more friction. Ryan didn't shy away from voicing his disappointment publicly, accusing Disney of breaking their promises. This public criticism strained his relationship with Iger, who denied making any specific commitments to reinvest in Deadpool. For Ryan and the creative team, the situation felt like a betrayal, with Deadpool's success being siphoned off to bankroll projects that strayed from its core audience. Hugh Jackman, who returned as Wolverine for Deadpool 3, shared in the frustration. He had envisioned his comeback as a stepping stone to a grittier, more mature X-Men universe. Instead, he watched as Deadpool's earnings were funneled into projects like the live-action Snow White remake, leaving him disillusioned with the studio's choices. As tensions escalated, Ryan made it clear he was prepared to walk away from Marvel if Disney didn't change course. Though he is currently under contract for several upcoming Marvel projects, including a possible Deadpool vs. Wolverine sequel, X-Men crossovers, and a potential role in the Avengers, Ryan's ultimatum stands firm. Disney must refocus on the promised Marvel content, or he's out. Losing Ryan at this juncture would be catastrophic for Disney, especially as they reintroduce the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. The clash over DEI-driven storytelling has become a major source of tension at Disney. Bob Iger's commitment to prioritizing diversity and equity initiatives had shaped the company's content strategy, including the hiring of a high-profile DEI supervisor. Critics argue that this emphasis on representation has come at the expense of compelling storytelling. Films like Strange World, the Willow TV series, and the Haunted Mansion reboot have all struggled at the box office, even though they were praised for their inclusive themes. Insiders at Disney are reportedly worried that Iger is overestimating the appeal and profitability of DEI-focused projects. Despite significant investment, theatrical revenue has not kept pace, fueling doubts about the financial viability of this approach. Ryan, who has championed diverse projects in the past, believes that forcing DEI elements into Deadpool would feel disingenuous and dilute the character's appeal. Deadpool's strength lies in its boundary pushing, politically incorrect humor, and tampering with that formula could erode its massive fan base. A concrete example of these tensions arose during script revisions for Deadpool 3. Disney executives proposed adding a new sidekick, a diverse character meant to attract younger viewers. The creative team felt this addition was forced and stood their ground, rejecting it. This decision underscored the widening gap between Disney's DEI priorities and the franchise's core identity. The disagreements have already started affecting the production process. Script approvals are delayed, and last-minute rewrites have created mounting stress between the creative team and Disney. The outcome of this conflict could shape not only the future of Deadpool, but also the direction of Disney's major franchises, including Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar. Ryan Reynolds sees this battle as a fight for Marvel's creative future. With the original Avengers stepping aside and mixed reactions to Phase 4, he views Deadpool as an opportunity to rejuvenate the franchise. He envisions a darker, mature Marvel universe that could run parallel to Disney's family-friendly content, using Deadpool's momentum to bring back the X-Men in a fresh, edgy way. However, Disney's relentless focus on DEI themes complicates these plans. Ryan's team has pitched ideas for Deadpool 4 and a Deadpool vs. Wolverine film, both of which lean into mature, risk-taking storytelling. Disney, however, has countered with proposals for social justice themes and a softened comedic tone, creating further friction. Ryan has sought allies within the Marvel Universe, garnering support from creatives behind Blade and Daredevil, Born Again, who have also struggled with studio interference. He hopes that a united front might persuade Disney to establish a separate division for adult-oriented Marvel content. Yet Bob Iger remains hesitant, wary of creating a fragmented Marvel identity. The stakes are incredibly high. Disney is at a critical juncture, where its dedication to DEI is clashing with the need to keep billion-dollar franchises like Deadpool and Wolverine thriving. Bob Iger's leadership faces a test. If he continues down this path, Disney could alienate the die-hard fan base that has made Marvel a global phenomenon. Ryan Reynolds is standing firm. If Disney doesn't let Deadpool stay true to its roots, he's prepared to leave. Such a move would be disastrous, not just for Deadpool, but for Disney's broader plan to integrate the X-Men into the MCU. Hugh Jackman has also hinted that his involvement hinges on Ryan's, adding another layer of risk for Disney at a time when the MCU desperately needs reinvigoration. Disney will soon have to make pivotal decisions. Will they adhere to their DEI agenda, or will they compromise to keep their most valuable talent happy? The stakes couldn't be higher, and the outcome will determine whether Disney can balance representation with the storytelling fans crave, or if they will face the loss of the very talent that made their franchises billion-dollar hits.